feel the same when we on the phone now. Blocked your number and your name. I can't deal with no more pain. It's lame, yeah. You told me you hate me. You get a new nigga, he ain't. Walked on.
I about stopped breathing trying to set this up. First things first, I'm overly high right now. I was trying to get some cute pictures with like a cloud of smoke for the thumbnail. I didn't realize like going down in a whole blind. So yeah, if my eyes barely look open, that's why. But welcome back to my channel.
Okay, we're doing the stoner judging stoner. Is what I want to call it, I think. But basically, we're going to be reacting to Reddit stories of the funniest moments you have being high while on high. So yeah, well, let's get into it.
Okay, first one. A few years ago, my friends and I decided to eat an edible before going to the county fair. Most of the time, it takes me about 2 hours to fully feel the high. So I was super surprised when I started to feel loopy at the shuttle, which the parking lot is about a mile away, so we have to shuttle to the fair. By the time I stepped off the shuttle, I was full on barbecued. Highest I have been in years. Since I had underestimated the edible so much, I had brought it with me just in case. You never know. Unfortunately for me, the edible was wrapped in tinfoil, and our city started getting really crazy about security and had installed metal detectors. I started freaking out and shoved the edible down my pants and hoped for the best. Obviously, the detector went off and I was pulled to the side, and they used the handheld detector. Surprise on the dude's face when it went on my genitals sparked an idea. I said, "What? I can't have my vagina pierced? Are you going to strip search me?" The guy was so uncomfortable that they just let me walk off with no problem. I was way too high. I don't even remember what happened after, but one of my prouder moments, and still makes me laugh. I for sure thought it was a guy at first. I was about this story's from a guy. But dang. Okay, I mean, that's what you gotta do. When I first started smoking, a friend of mine convinced me to chill out for about 20 minutes and smoke just before heading home. He got me to think that after smoking that I could play it off when I got home for dinner. So we went on a mission, smoked, and about 15 minutes later, I'm sitting at the dinner table. Now usually around my parents, I'm talkative as hell, and you can't get me to shut up. But no, not this night. I literally said nothing. But the real awkward part was what I was physically doing. What in the hell are you physically? I just don't get what you would physically. If you don't sit down at the table, eat, and chat, shit, what are you physically? I don't even want to know what you're physically doing. If you don't sit down at the table, eat, and chat, shit, what are you physically? I don't even want to know what you're physically doing. I was so paranoid that my family would realize that I was high that I didn't touch my food, for fear that I think that I had the munchies. This would seem abnormal in most households, but when we ate, we devoured our food at dinner. And there was always fighting. I was pretty indifferent though, so that was weird. Also, I faintly remember putting both hands on my head, cop style, because I forgot what I was supposed to be doing with them, and I freaked out. And I also grabbed 2 spoons and took a bit too long deciding between them. POV, we were eating steak. Oh no. My mom would look at me like I was crazy. Like, this man sat at a table, seen 2 spoons, and then was trying to decide between them. And they were eating steak for dinner. Okay. Okay. That's pretty high. Back to about 2 years ago. I was about 16. I had a friend that got me into smoking. She was a smoke weed berry day kind of girl, even though she was actually younger. We had a sleepover and decided to hotbox my walk-in closet after my parents went to bed. We blocked the vents and blankets under our doors and even had a can ready. She ran out of papers and didn't have a pipe. So we went at it. We had enough snacks and drinks to last us for days. I don't know why, but we got especially high, much higher than you usually can on a 20 stack. I'll say she was at a 6 or 7 and I was easily at an 8. Naturally, we demolished the bag of chips and I could not stop laughing. I forgot what I was doing was so funny, but she could not stop laughing. While her mouth was full, next thing I know, I hear her gasping for air. My full panic mode was activated. I swear I teleported from sitting on the floor to sitting where she was and giving her the Heimlich. I remember giving her 2 or 3 good compressions, heard her breathe, and then downing a juice like a mother ducker. I couldn't stop asking if she was okay for the rest of the night, but she just kept cracking up. Cottonmouth can be a bitch. It really can. Cause it's about to be choking in my eye. I'm not gonna have to give me the Heimlich remover. I hope I said Heimlich and not Hemlich. Okay. Drugs weren't my thing, but I experienced one of the most awkward moments with one of my best friends in high school, Mike. He was crying and obviously panicked as he explained that half of his face had melted off and was missing. I tried to reason with him, but he stated he really messed up and had to tell his mom. I quickly ran down to his house to find him freshly out the shower, wrapped in a towel. I got him to somewhat calm down, and he was finally able to explain that he had eaten shrooms after school and he was, quote unquote, tripping real bad. Anyway, Mike was convinced that half of his face had really melted off. I explained that his face was fine and he was just on a bad trip from the shrooms. But he insisted that he really messed up and felt compelled to confess to his mother so that she could help fix his face. Anyway, I was unsuccessful at my attempts and stopped as he left the bedroom and walked towards the kitchen. To make matters worse, somewhere along the way, his towel dropped on the floor. Yep, he was now butt-ass naked. Take a moment to try to imagine the most awkward conversation of your life. Now multiply that by 8.5 million, double it, square it, and finally add 37. That was how awkward it was to watch him stand there as he did this. He stood on top of the table in his birthday suit, trying to explain to his mother why his half-melted face looked like this. He continued to confess that he was high on shrooms and further explained that he's actually smokes a lot of weed and has tried most other drugs as well. Okay, crackhead. Needless to say, I have never experienced a more awkward moment. Mike, on the other hand, had to deal with the even more awkward moments once he sobered up, as he had to explain his actions in greater detail to his parents. I don't know, I've never done shrooms, and after this story, I don't ever want to try shrooms, but he sounds like he was on a trip. I'm going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, moving through the sky, ain't no life signs. Climb aboard, get ready to ensure. I forgot how to use a microwave right in front of my mother-in-law. I haven't been smoking for a very long time, so I'm sure I'll do dumber things, but good God, this takes the cake for now. There I was, just trying to heat up my lasagna, ready to set the timer, and remember I was talking about cotton milk. No joke. There I was, just trying to heat up my lasagna, ready to set the timer, and I forgot. I forgot how to set the fucking timer. I started pressing random buttons, dazed off, confused, while she sat there and just looked at me. Then back at the microwave, then back at me. So what do? I can't look like an idiot, right? Wrong. I knew I had to tell her. How else was I gonna get my pizza? Pasta. I forgot how to use it. How do I set the timer? All I want is my fucking lasagna. Please don't question me. I need assistance. She just shook her head, pressed some buttons while I died inside. And my boyfriend seemed to think it was funny. I just wanted my lasagna. Okay, usually like, I don't know. You can get pretty high, but like, on most microwaves, you just gotta press start and it'll put 30 seconds on it, and then if you keep pressing start, it'll just keep adding up. So that's something hard to forget. I just, especially high, I ain't forgetting how to use no microwave. Okay, that's the end of this video. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.